So this is an extract from Henry VI, Part 2, Act 4, Scene 2. I'm going to play Jack Cade from Kent. Dick the Butcher is in this scene as well. There's Dick the Butcher. Smith the Weaver also is here. And in due course, Sir Humphrey Stafford and his brother William Stafford are going to appear in defense of the king. And you're going to play the followers of Jack Cade and the followers of the king, or the army and soldiers of the king. Yes? All right, I think we're ready. We, John Cade, so termed of our supposed father,
or rather of stealing a cade of herrings,
for our enemies shall fall before us, inspired with the spirit of putting down kings and princes, command silence.
Silence!
Now, my father was a Mortimer.
He was an honest man and a good bricklayer.
My mother a Plantagenet.
I knew her well. She was a midwife.
My wife descended of the Lacys.
She was indeed a pedlar's daughter and sold many laces.
But now of late, notable to travel with her third pack, she washes bucks here at home.
Therefore am I of an honourable house.
Aye, by my faith, the field is honourable, and there was he born under a hedge, for his father had never a house but the cage.
Valiant I am.
I must needs, for beggary is valiant.
I'm able to endure much.
No question of that, for I have seen him whipped 3 market days together.
I fear neither sword nor fire.
He need not fear the sword, for his coat is of proof.
But methinks he should stand in fear of fire, being burnt in the hand for stealing of sheep.
Be brave then, for your captain is brave and vows reformation. There shall be in England 7 8-penny loaves sold for a penny. The 3-hooped pot shall have 10 hoops, and I will make it felony to drink small beer. All the realm shall be in common, and in Cheapside shall my palfrey go to grass. And when I am king, as king I will be...
God save your majesty!
I thank you, good people. There shall be no money. All shall eat and drink on my score, and I will apparel them all in one livery, that they may agree like brothers and worship me, their Lord.
The first thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers.
Very good. That I mean to do. Seriously, is not this a lamentable thing, that of the skin of an innocent lamb should be made parchment, that parchment being scribbled over should undo a man? Some say the bee stings, but I say 'tis the bee's wax. There, you see? For I did but seal once to a thing, and I was never mine own man since. Oh, now, who's there?
The clerk of Chatham.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He can write and read and cast a compt.
Oh, monstrous.
We took him setting of boys' copies.
Here is a villain.
He's a book in his pocket with red letters in it.
Nay then, he's a conjurer.
Nay, he can make obligations and write court hand.
I'm sorry for him. The man is a proper man of mine honour. Unless I find him guilty, he shall not die. Come hither, sir, I must examine thee. What is thy name?
Emmanuel.
Would they use it to write it on the top of letters? 'Twill go hard with you.
Let me alone. Dost thou use to write thy name, or hast thou a mark to thyself, like an honest plain dealing man?
Sir, I thank God I've been so well brought up that I can write my name.
Well, you got first.
Well, away with him!
He's a villain.
And a traitor!
Yeah, away with him, I say. Hang him with his pen and his inkhorn about his neck.
Fly, 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 Humphrey Stafford and his brother are hard by with the king's force.
Stand, stand, villain, stand, or I'll fell thee down. He shall be encountered with a man as good as himself. He's but a knight, is he?
No.
Well, to equal him, I'll make myself a knight presently. Rise up, Sir John Mortimer. Now, have at him.
Enter Sir Humphrey and William Stafford with drum and soldiers.
Rebellious hinds, the filth and scum of Kent, marked for the gallows, lay your weapons down. Home to your cottages, forsake this groom. The king is merciful if you revolt.
But angry, wrathful, and inclined to blood if you go forward. Therefore yield or die.
As for these silken-coated slaves I pass not, it is to you, good people, that I speak, over whom, in time to come, I hope to reign, for I am rightful heir unto the crown.
Villain, thy father was a plasterer, and thou thyself a shearman, art thou not?
And Adam was a gardener.
And what of that?
Married this, Edmund Mortimer, Earl of March, married the Duke of Clarence's daughter, did he not?
Aye, sir.
By her he had 2 children at one birth.
That's false.
Aye, well, there's the question. But I say 'tis true. The elder of them being put to nurse was by a beggar woman stolen away, and ignorant of his birth and parentage became a bricklayer when he came to age. His son am I, deny it if you can.
Nay, 'tis too true, therefore he shall be king.
Yes, sir. He made a chimney in my father's house. And the bricks were alive at this day to testify it, therefore deny it not.
Will you credit this base drudge's words that speaks he know not what?
Aye, very will we. Get ye gone.
Get ye gone.
Jack Cade, the Duke of York hath taught you this.
He lies, for I invented it myself. Don't you, sir, tell the king from me that for his father's sake, Henry V, in whose time boys went to span counter for French crowns, I'm content he shall reign, but I'll be protector over him.
And furthermore, we'll have the Lord say's head for selling the dukedom of Maine.
Yeah, and good reason, for thereby is England maimed, and fain to go with a staff, but that my puissance holds it up. Fellow kings, I tell you that the Lord say hath gelded the Commonwealth and made it a eunuch, and more than that, he can speak French, and therefore he's a traitor.
Oh, gross and miserable ignorance.
Nay, answer if you can. The Frenchmen are our enemies. Go to then, I ask but this, can he that speaks with the tongue of an enemy be a good counsellor or no?
No. And therefore we'll have his head.
Well, seeing gentle words will not prevail, assail them with an army from the king.
Herald away, and throughout every town proclaim them traitors that are up with Cade, that those which fly before the battle ends may, even in their wives' and children's sight, be hanged up for example at their doors. And you that be the king's friends, follow me.
And you that love the commons, follow me. Now, show yourself, men, for 'tis liberty will not leave one lord. 'Tis for liberty we will not leave one lord, one gentleman, spare none, but such as go in clouted shoe. For they're thrifty, honest men, and such as would, but they dare not, take our parts.
They are all in order and march towards us.
Well, but then are we in order when we're most out of order? Come, march forward.
I'd like to thank Ros for her presentation. Now, Ros, they do say, I think it was Homer Simpson who said it's pretty scary. Every time I learn a new fact, an old fact just falls out of my brain. I think you wiped my brain. All I know now is what you told me. Now, if you are, for those of you who are here for the first time, if you are new to this whole issue, obviously presentations like Ros's and John's to an extent, very sophisticated, and they are based upon having some knowledge of the authorship question. If you are relatively new, you don't have much knowledge, we have 2 books on sale that I can recommend. No, really, it's not. I'm not just trying to make money. The Diana Price book that is there, Shakespeare's Unorthodox Biography, I can highly recommend as a good introduction to this whole area. And if I may as well, Mark's play, which does it in a very witty way, but it does bring many of the issues around this to the fore. And so there'd be good learning experiences for you should you feel that your knowledge isn't as sophisticated as it could be. Obviously, the internet is a place to go to, and because it's the internet, as my son says, if it's on the internet, it must be true. So we're now going to break for lunch. We will reconvene.